Hi, and welcome to this feature video. I'm Ruben, the owner of Conversion Ideas. In this video, we will cover audiences and locations in Convert. These features let you target specific user groups and locations for your experiments. In Convert, it's very easy to target specific audiences and pages and save them for later so you can reuse them in future experiments. Let's take a look at how you can set this up. The great thing about locations and audiences in Convert is that you can set them up once and save them for all your future experiments. You can set them up in the Locations and Audiences tabs or in the Experiment settings. Let's start in the Location tab. The location is where your tests run. Let's click New Location and Advanced. Here you can create a new location. You start by giving it a name. So let's say I want to run an experiment on my online courses page. The description is optional but can be beneficial so you are aware of the setup of this location. Next, you can select the trigger. Upon run simply means when a visitor visits the page. Within the DOM element, you can trigger the experiment when a user does something on the page, like scroll to a certain position on the page or click on something. These two are the most useful ones for you. Next, you have many options here to set up the location you need. The most obvious and most used one is the page URL. You can click it and drag it here. Here, you simply copy the URL of your page. And it gives you several options, like matches exactly, starts with, ends with, and does not contain. For now, let's copy the URL of my online courses page and paste it right here. There we go. With the query options over here, you can target specific UTM parameters. Page tags are metadata that is passed through your e-commerce, CMS, or other systems. You can use this data to determine which pages of the website should be tested. To configure this, you will need to use an integration that supports it. But let's save this location for now by clicking Add Location. And now we see it over here, and we can use it for all our experiments. You can do the same for the audiences in the Audiences tab. Click New Audience. Let's remove this message. And in this screen, you immediately see you get a lot of predefined templates. You can search for the needed audience here, for instance, mobile traffic and traffic from Google. You can always use the search to see if there is a template for it. If there's no template for the audience you need, click Advanced. And this looks and works exactly the same as locations. You can give your audience a name, an optional description, and check out all the possibilities here, like the campaign the audience came from, average time on page, pages visited, and many more. You can basically set up any audience you like to use and save it so you can use it for future experiments. Now let's set up a new experiment. Go to Experiences and click New Experience. Again, we can copy the URL and paste it over here. So this is the page where I will build the test in the visual editor. This test can, however, run on multiple pages. You select this in the location. For instance, you can build an experiment on a single product page, but it runs on all product pages, which you have to select in your location. Here you can select the experience URL, which is the same as this URL. You can set up a new location or a saved location. And here we have the online courses page, which we just created. So let's select it and click Save Changes. Of course, you can change this all later from the experience settings. For now, let's select A/B test and click Create Experience. Of course, we must not forget to give our experience a name. Next, we get the visual editor. But for the sake of this video, let's skip this and go to the summary page. Because on the summary page of every experiment, you can see the locations and the audiences again. When we open up these screens, you get the same as you saw before. You can edit locations or create new ones and save them for future experiments. The same applies to audiences. So that's it. Saving locations and audiences is ideal for efficiency, as you can use them in all future experiments. It's not just the basic pages, but also the more complex targeting where you might need a complex regular expression or a JavaScript trigger. You can set it up once, or have your colleagues set it up for you, save it, and use it for all future experiments. So do give it a try and have fun.